In my Claim Your Power NLP process that we are about to begin, I want you to imagine you becoming the person that you know you're meant to be. The person that doesn't play small, that shows up in all of your greatness with magnetism, charisma, joy, power, humility, and strength. As I've taken hundreds, soon to be thousands of leaders, entrepreneurs, and creatives through this process, consistently I see that when people engage with this process, when they surrender to the subconscious mind, shifting and releasing traumas, limitations, stories that are disempowering, and take hold of the more empowering truths of who they're actually meant to be, massive shifts occur. Literally, I've seen people double their income in 24 hours with a surprise check that was a time and a half of their monthly income, to have a record income week in the middle of a pandemic, to shifting everything in their life, in their relationships, in releasing old stories, old hurts, old traumas that they've held on to for 5, 8, 10 years or longer. In this process, we are going to shed the disempowering past and take hold of the empowering future. So, as we embark upon this, a couple things I ask of you. Go ahead and get yourself in a restful state. Take your phone and put it in airplane mode or do not disturb. No notifications, no dings, no phone calls, text messages, alarms, anything like that. Same for your computer if it's nearby, or anyone else that's nearby around you. Children, spouses, loved ones, dogs, whatever. You have to be fully present here. Because as we're working deeply in your subconscious mind, sometimes you're in the midst of a massive shift and something can disrupt it. We don't want anything to disrupt it. We want to protect the container. So as we go through this is a sacred process. This is a moment for you to create the shift that you've longed for. Here we go. So, assuming that you are fully disconnected from all outside sources, all outside disturbances. If you're not, go ahead and take a moment and pause. But if you are, let's proceed. So here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and close your eyes. Allow your eyes to close. Allow your arms to uncross or your hands to uncross. Same for your legs and your feet. No crossed arms or crossed body parts, because that closes you off energetically. And as you allow your eyes to slide shut, you can feel yourself sliding into a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. As we begin this process, we're going to work on the subconscious part of your mind, so you can let your conscious mind relax. Because the subconscious part makes up about 98 to 99% of your thoughts, behaviors, and decisions. That's why it's so vital to work on the subconscious. Today, we are going to shift that in a massive way, and you're going to direct it. I'm just creating the container for you to direct your subconscious mind to where you want it to go. Okay? So here we go. Go ahead and make sure your eyes are closed. Your body is in a relaxed state and position. What I want you to do, your breath is going to be very, very important today. So here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and breathe in slowly through your nose. Take a count of 4 seconds. Breathe in and hold it, and hold it, and hold it. You're going to hold it about 8 seconds. And then when we release, we're going to release slowly through our mouth. Here we go. Should be about 8 seconds. Release slowly through your mouth at 8 seconds. And then breathe in slowly through your nose. And hold it, and hold it. And just start paying attention to your body, to sensations that you're feeling in your body, in your hands, in your feet, in your legs, in your head, in your environment. Just allow yourself to become more sensory aware. And as you connect with your senses, allow yourself to slide into a deeper state of relaxation and centeredness. You can just feel yourself sliding deeper into that relaxation and centeredness. Go ahead and release slowly through your mouth for your second breath. And breathe in slowly through your nose. And hold it. And as you're breathing in, by the way, I want you to be breathing in through your belly, not your chest. Feel your belly expanding. And just hold in the breath. And be holding it in. And then go ahead and release. Breathe in slowly through your nose. And allow your eyelids to feel even heavier. Allow your body to slide deeper into a state of relaxation and centeredness. And as you are in this heightened state, I want you to pay attention also to a mist outside of your body, a mist that represents peace and centeredness and connectedness. Notice that mist. It's not in your body yet. Notice the color that it has, the color that represents peace and centeredness to you. As you see that mist, just pay attention to it as it gets closer to you. Go ahead and take a deep breath out. Go ahead and release your air. And as you breathe in on this next round, feel some of that mist entering into your body. Go ahead and breathe in. And that mist comes into your body and it starts circling around in your lungs, and it spreads in your lungs. You slide deeper and deeper into a state of peace and centeredness. And then it spreads up into your heart, and it spreads up in your brain, and out through your arms and down through your fingers, down through the rest of your vital organs in your chest and your legs, down through your thighs, your calves, and your feet, down into your toes. Just feel that mist slowly spreading. Go ahead and exhale if you haven't already. Now breathe in again. Take 4 seconds to breathe in and see more mist coming in as you breathe in. See that mist spreading more and more and more throughout your body, just spreading deeper and deeper into who you are and into your body. And it feels really good. As it spreads, you slide deeper and deeper into a state of peace and centeredness. And then go ahead and release slowly through your mouth. Breathe in slowly through your nose and hold it, and just see that mist expanding almost to the point where you're radiating this mist, the color of peace and centeredness to you, and it feels really good. And notice also, our goal is to get to an 8 or 9 or 10 out of 10 in terms of peace and centeredness. If 1 is not at all and 10 is total peace and centeredness, take a moment, evaluate where you are at right now. No matter where you're at, if you're at a 7 or a 6 or a 5 or whatever, or you're up in the 8s and 9s, on the next 2 breaths, I want you to take it even deeper. So go ahead and release slowly through your mouth if you haven't already. That's it. And breathe slowly back in through your nose. And hold it, and hold it. And allow yourself to slide deeper and deeper into a state of peace and centeredness. And I want you to also pay attention to any stress or anxiety that you might feel in your body. If you find a spot in your body that you're holding some pressure or some stress, go ahead and identify it and give it a color. Whatever color it is, go ahead and pay attention to it. And imagine that color has a mist as well. So on the next exhale, here we go. Release that color. Release that mist from that pressure point. Go ahead and see it release. And now breathe in and see yourself breathe in more peace and centeredness. And see it swirling around and taking over that spot where there was some tension, some stress. And see it taking over that. And any lingering tension or pressure or stress, on the next exhale, go ahead and release it. See it leave in your body. Command it to release your body. If you need to, just say release to that area. Okay? So release and exhale. And now breathe in slowly one more time. And you should all be at a level 8 or above, more than likely. So now what I want you to do is I want you to walk into a room. See yourself walking into a room. And in this room, on the left-hand side of the wall, there's a YouTube thumbnail on the wall. And this YouTube thumbnail represents a painful moment, a story, a belief, a limitation that you want to shed. Ask your heart, ask your body, what is this painful story of limitation or fear or pain or sorrow that you want to let go of, that no longer serves you? Ask your heart and your body. Go ahead and take a moment now. And now that you've got it, go ahead and get connected to it. And what I want you to do is I want you to see yourself. You're going to be watching that clip of that painful moment on the wall. You're going to go ahead and see it on a YouTube thumbnail and press play and watch that clip. See what you would see, hear what you'd hear, even allow yourself to feel some of those feelings. Go ahead and watch that clip. Yeah. Now that you're done with watching that clip, go ahead and rewind it all the way back to the beginning. And this time, I want you to ask your body, ask your heart, what is the gift of that moment? What is the good intent that your body or your heart wants to share with you? What is that part of your story? What is the good intent of that story? Go ahead and take a moment and hear your body out, hear your heart out, get to know that. And now that you've got the good intent, I want you to thank that part of you for the good intent. Express gratitude and see yourself embracing that part of you. And embracing you in that moment. And thanking you for that good intent. Also give that part of you a name. Give that part of you a name. Ask your heart or your body what the name is. Doesn't matter what it is. Could be something you would never expect. Go ahead and give that part of you a name. And once you have it, what I want you to do is I want you to thank that part of you for its good intent. Thank it for all the good it's desired to do and done. But now I want you to give that part of you notice that it is no longer in charge. It is not driving the bus of your life anymore. Go ahead and give that part of you notice that it is not in charge anymore. And see it embracing that. See it accepting that. And now that should feel complete. As you finish this up, I want you to ask that part of you to go back to the back of the bus of your life that is no longer driving the bus of your life. Go ahead and command that part of you, name that part of you, and command it to go to the back of the bus of your life. And see it receiving that and being willing to walk to the back of the bus. All right. Now that should feel complete. And what I want you to do, I want you to play that scene one more time, but I want you to play it in black and white with no color. So no color and even no sound. If you would, go ahead and play it one more time. And now I want you to take a moment and write a YouTube thumbnail description down below that part of you. Go and write that description and see yourself just being thankful and grateful for that season, but being excited for what's about to happen. You're releasing that part of you right now. And in just a moment, we're also going to do one more thing with this part of your journey. So in this moment, what I want you also to do is I'm going to say a magic word. You're going to see this YouTube thumbnail with the description and the name above it. Whatever name that is, doesn't matter. And when I say the magic word, that YouTube thumbnail is going to come off the wall and it's going to shrink. When I say it again, it's going to go back on the wall and it's going to shrink again. We're going to do it a total of 6 times. Here we go. The magic word is swish. See that YouTube thumbnail coming off the wall and coming towards you and shrinking. Swish. See that YouTube thumbnail going back on the wall and shrinking yet again. Swish. See that YouTube thumbnail coming off the wall and shrinking one more time. Swish. See that YouTube thumbnail going back on the wall and shrinking again. Swish. See that YouTube thumbnail coming off the wall one final time and shrinking even more. Swish. See that YouTube thumbnail going back on the wall and getting even smaller. So small you can barely see it. It's very small. Now I want you to thank yourself one more time that you have completed that part of the process. That part of you is no longer in charge, is no longer leading your life. And that is going to feel freeing, especially when we go over here and we connect to another part of you. Walk to another part of the room and find a wall. And on this wall, there's an empowering memory or a moment in time where you showed up in all your fullness, all your magnetism, all your strength, all your giftedness, without shame, without hesitation. The most powerful moment and magnetic moment you can think of. Find that moment. Take a moment. Now that you found that moment, I want you to go ahead and play that scene. Play it on the YouTube thumbnail on the wall. Go ahead and see what you would see. Hear what you would hear. Feel what you would feel. Taste what you would taste. Touch what you would touch. And enjoy it. Have fun with it. Feels really good, doesn't it? And now when you're done with that moment and that memory, what I want you to do, I want you to walk closer to that memory. Get a little bit closer. And what you're going to do is on the next replay, you're actually going to see yourself leap into the screen. See yourself step into the memory in the moment in first person. So go ahead and leap into the screen and become the person in that memory. See what you would see, the people, the sights. Hear the sounds, feel the feelings, taste what you would taste, and enjoy it. Have fun with it. Feels really good, doesn't it? And now, see yourself coming back out of that memory. And as you come out of that memory, I want you to give that part of you a name as well. A powerful name. A name that is anchored to who you really are. Go ahead and ask your heart, ask your body what that name is. Yeah. Now that you're connected to that part of you, the most powerful magnetic part of you, what I want you to do is I want you to see yourself embracing that part of you. I want you to invite that part of you to lead your life more and more. Ask that part of you to drive the bus of your life more and more and more. And see that part of you accepting that, receiving that, taking that command, and being willing to lead your life. And now, what I want you to do is we're going to play that scene one more time. But here's what we're going to do. You're going to be transported from that very spot in that room into an IMAX theater with surround sound, and you're the only one in the theater, and there's only one seat, one super comfortable seat. Go ahead and watch that scene in powerful surround sound, 3D, and enjoy this part of your life. And see yourself falling in awe at how great and powerful and magnetic and dynamic you are meant to be. Go ahead and enjoy the scene. And then when that memory feels complete, what I want you to do is I want you to see yourself transported back from that memory into the room, and you're looking at that memory on the wall with the name of who you really are. Go ahead and write a description down below that part of you. Go ahead and write it down. And now that you got the description, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the opposite. I'm going to say the magic word again, and in this case, that memory, that identity piece of who you are, that part of you, is going to come off the wall and it's going to get bigger. All right? Here we go. Swish, that part of you comes off the wall and gets even bigger. Swish, that part of you goes back on the wall and gets even bigger. Swish, that part of you comes back off the wall and comes towards you and gets even bigger. Swish, that part of you goes back on the wall and gets even bigger. Swish, that part of you comes off the wall and gets even bigger. Swish, that part of you goes back on the wall and gets even bigger. It's taking up almost a whole wall right now. And it feels really good as you look at this part of you, that this part of you is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger in your life. And it's going to feel really freaking good. Now, what I want you to do, see yourself carrying that energy and that momentum and that confidence of that part of you leading your life. But I want you to see yourself walking out of the room with the energy and with the confidence as that powerful part of you. So go ahead and walk out of the room and walk into a hallway. And in the hallway, there is another door at the end of the hallway. on this door is some future goal or experience that you want to experience. Go ahead and see yourself experiencing that experience. So go ahead and walk down to that door, and you're going to step into that experience. It could be a big goal, a big vision that you want to experience now. You want to taste it now. So go ahead and step into that room and see what you would see, hear what you would hear, feel what you would feel, taste what you would taste, and touch what you'd touch as you step into that experience. And it feels amazing. Dance with it, play with it, enjoy it. Have fun. And as you step into that experience, you're also going to see yourself on a timeline, where at the end of the timeline is this moment in time of experiencing this major goal or aspiration. And at the beginning of the timeline is today. So what I want you to do is I want you to see yourself moving backwards along the timeline to one step just before that final goal or experience that you're imagining right now. So go ahead and slide back along the timeline to the step or the experience right before that final experience. Slide back along and step down into that step right before that step. See what you would see, hear what you would hear, feel what you would feel, taste what you would taste, and enjoy it. Have fun with it. And then when you're done with that, slide back along the timeline to the moment in time just before that. Step down into that and see what you would see, hear what you would hear, feel what you would feel, taste what you would taste, and enjoy it. Remember, you are also showing up in these moments as your more powerful persona. Go ahead and step down into that moment and have fun with it. As you finish up that moment, see yourself sliding back along the timeline to the moment in time just before that moment, the step just before that step, and step down into it. See what you'd see, hear what you'd hear, feel what you'd feel, taste what you would taste, and enjoy it. Have fun with it. And then when you're done with that moment in time, slide back along the timeline to the moment in time just before that and step down into it. See what you would see, hear what you would hear, feel what you would feel, taste what you would taste, and enjoy it. Have fun with it. And then when you're done with that moment, slide back along the timeline to a moment in time just before that. Step down into that, getting closer and closer to today. See what you would see, hear what you would hear, feel what you'd feel, and taste what you would taste as you step down into that. And then when you're done with that, see yourself sliding back along the timeline one more time. The moment in time, the step just before that step, and step down into that. See what you'd see, hear what you'd hear, feel what you would feel, taste what you would taste, and enjoy it. Have fun with it. And then when you're done with that, slide back along the timeline to today, but keep your eyes shut. I want you to look at the timeline from today until that end objective. Go ahead and see that whole timeline. and allow yourself to journey down that timeline, and allow yourself to trust that your subconscious mind is already pre-wired to experience every single step along the way. Feel the confidence that you can feel by allowing your mind to relax, knowing that it's already pre-wired. It's like there was a goal to be at the other side of a forest, but there was no path. But now there's a path. All you have to do is take the next step along the path, and you will eventually get to where you need to go. Allow your mind to relax and trust that it is being guided and that it is pre-wired to experience what you want to experience and how you want to show up and how you want to create the man or the woman that you are meant to be. Go ahead and step into that and relax, and also express gratitude to yourself right now for doing the hard work of claiming your power.